Good morning, members and guests. Welcome to Kansas City. I'd like to start off with a note of appreciation. The IGSHPA staff and facilities in Stillwater are part of we are an outreach unit of the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology at Oklahoma State University. And I'd like to show our appreciation. We have Assistant Dean Kirtley for outreach. We'd like to show our appreciation for the tremendous support we've received each day. And please pass on our appreciation to Dean Tukowski as well, if you would, please, for that. I'd like to start off where ended up last year in Baltimore. We had done the work to start a redesign of our IGSHPA organization, a project that we called IGSHPA 2.0, and we ended Baltimore with a call to arms, so to speak. The first task at hand was the approval of the bylaws that we accomplished in Baltimore, and with the new bylaws, the first major task was to elect and install IGSHPA's first board of directors. We were looking for a group of people with knowledge and skills and experience in the ground source heat pump industry, obviously, with some roots in IGSHPA and other nonprofits, and individuals that had a big picture, long-term look at the work we had to do. And a term I call operational humility. We have, as you're going to see as we introduce our board, we got presidents and vice presidents and heads of departments, but this group came together and focused on the task at hand. The bylaws required that we elect 6 directors elected by voting membership. 2 directors were to be selected at large. The directors representative were to be a representative of distributors, manufacturing, utilities, architects and engineers and designers, dealers and contractors, and ground heat exchanger designers. We had 1 director that was to be selected by OSU, and the executive director as ex officio. In February of this year, we had our election, and we selected our board of directors. I want to take an opportunity now to introduce each one of these. Looking at their bios, there's no way I could read their bios. They're just too long. These are exceptional people. But I'll make a few comments about each one, and then at the end I would ask the board of directors to stand and be recognized. Starting off with Michael Albertson. Michael is our manufacturing factory floor board member, currently Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing. He has designed thousands of geothermal systems nationwide and abroad, and holds IGSHPA certifications of GeoExchange Designer, Installer, and Train the Trainer. And I want to say, for every one of these, it's going to be the same thing over and over again, but I think it needs to be noted that this board is deep in the certification area. Dr. Dan Fisher from the College of Engineering is the department head for MAE, our largest engineering academic unit at OSU. I don't have room at all for his credentials on this slide, so we're just going to look at them as it relates to heat pump. His research areas include geothermal heat pump systems, building energy analysis and load calculations, numerical heat transfer, and fluid flow, thermal system simulation, and design and simulation of building systems. It's a true comfort to me to have someone on campus that will accept my calls, and I can call just about any time of day, and I certainly appreciate that, Dr. Fisher. Jack Enrick, been with Bergeson Caswell since 1968. Jack says he was 12 years old whenever he started in 1968. Jack is a IGSHPA GHPC AEE certified geo exchange designer, IGSHPA accredited trainer, IGSHPA accredited installer, IGSHPA accredited vertical loop installer, master groundwater contractor for NGWA. He's a past president of the National Groundwater Association and past president of the Minnesota Water Well Association. Don Penn is known well for his work in the schools. He's only licensed in 49 of the 50 states, and we need to get him on the ball to get Alaska. He's designed more than 250 school projects, I think, in Texas. Consultant for a geothermal heat pump system at Harvard University, so this is, the smart people know about ground source heat pump. Kerry Smith, pioneering the development of hybrid geo-exchange systems and community hybrid systems. He serves on the IGSHPA Standards Committee and IGSHPA Training. He recently assisted in drafting ASHRAE's and NGWA's response to the EPA proposed emissions reduction addition to the Clean Air Act. He is a certified geo-exchange trainer, certified geo-exchange designer, certified energy manager, and certified energy auditor. Alan Scobie. Alan is also the treasurer of the board of directors, one of 4 offices within the board of directors. He's past co-chairman of the IGSHPA Standards Committee, a past member of the IGSHPA Advisory Council Committee, member for ANSI NSF Standard 358. Jeremy Cotton is our utilities guy. Working for the Tennessee Valley Authority, he's supported the use of geothermal technologies in the Tennessee Valley. Member of the TVA team responsible for designing and implementing TVA's commercial and industrial energy efficiency programs that support geothermal technologies through technical supports and rebates. My good friend Garen Eubank, one of 3 industrial engineers from Oklahoma State University. Yeah. Okay. Pioneered the direct measurement of the thermal conductivity of the earth for the ground source industry. Has done thousands of its in situ thermal conductivity tests, and is also an accredited installer, certified geo-exchange designer, and a prolific trainer. John Turley is our, by the way, Garen is vice president as well, and John is the first elected president of the first board of directors. He consults with many facets of the ground source heat pump industry, including training, education, commercial design, assistant, remediation, and product development. He's a certified geothermal installer and trainer, and an IGSHPA AEE certified geothermal designer. I will add that I've abused John Turley's time over the last 6 months, and he has come through in this difficult time of starting this board of directors and this new organization. And John, I appreciate you so much. I'd ask the board of directors to please stand and be recognized. Our next major task is we have a board of directors primarily responsible for strategic planning. Now we have to have some working committees that do the work. We set up, I believe it's actually 7 committees, and I'm going to go through, not name by name, because we've got, I think, 70 names now that's in the committees. The committees also have changed in that each committee will have a chair, and members from the staff as well. One of those will be a facilitator, and every staff at IGSHPA is a part of at least one committee. Start with the conference committee. The chair is Jack Deanna, and one other point that's unique about our committees this year and starting forward is the board, if they didn't have enough to do, are also shadows on the committees as well. The conference committee responsible for planning and executing this. The shadow is Don Penn for the conference committee. The facilitator is Shelley Fitzpatrick, and we have several staff members and several other members that make up that committee. I'd ask the conference committee, if you're a part of that, please stand. Okay. The standards committee is chaired by Lisa Moline, shadowed by Alan Scobie and Kerry Smith, and facilitated by Roshan Ravankar. If you're on the standards committee, please stand. The training committee is chaired by Ed Lorenz, shadowed by Garen Eubank and Kerry Smith, and facilitated by Roshan Ravankar. If you're on the training committee, please stand. The membership committee is chaired by Chris Smith, shadowed by John Turley, and facilitated by Gail Esbeck. Would you please stand? Marketing is chaired by Brian Erlob, shadowed by Jack Heinrich, and facilitated by Aaron Portman. Would you please stand? Advocacy is our newest committee. It's chaired by Phil Shane, shadowed by Alan Scobie and Garen Eubank. Would the advocacy committee please stand? And research, Dr. Xiaobing Liu is the chair, shadowed by Dan Fisher and Garen Eubank, and I'm the facilitator for that. Would you please stand for the research committee? That's the board of directors and our committees as we go forward. I'd now like to introduce the president of the board of directors, John Turley, for some comments.